Hello and welcome back to another episode of Whoniverse Locations, the channel that gives you the ultimate filming locations guide to all things Doctor Who. In this episode, we will be exploring the filming shoot within the city of Liverpool. Following on from the location shoot that took place in Sheffield, which became the primary setting for Series 11, Series 13 brought the production team to Liverpool in northwest England. This became the home for both Dan and Diane and the main setting throughout Series 13 and briefly in The Power of the Doctor. Filming took place here during March 2021 and used a large range of locations throughout the city, which we are going to explore right now. Location 1. Liverpool's Pierhead. This is probably Liverpool's most recognisable area within the city, standing on the water's edge with the three Graces. One being the iconic Liver building, which features in this establishing shot of Liverpool from War of the Sontarans, which shows that this alien race has taken over the city. You can clearly see both of the Liver birds located at the top of the building. Aerial shots of the waterfront area also provided the perfect establishing shots for Liverpool, used during Welcome to the Tardis, a mini-scene used to introduce John Bishop as Dan, along with the Halloween apocalypse, which was later reused in the Vanquishers. As we move down the waterfront, we then arrive at the Beatles statue. This is where we see the Sontarans marching around the area in the Vanquishers, one of whom is posing with the famous statues. The shot then leads us down towards the Museum of Liverpool, which takes us on to the next location. Location 2. Museum of Liverpool. The Museum of Liverpool, a free historical museum showcasing the story of the city and its people, is established throughout Series 13 as the workplace of Diane, whilst also being regularly visited by Dan, who pretends to be a tour guide. In Series 13's opening episode, The Halloween Apocalypse, the front of the museum was used for when Dan and Diane walk down the steps leading to the waterfront, whilst confirming their date for that evening. The three Graces, as I mentioned earlier on, are also clearly seen behind those shots of Dan. Moving round to the eastern side of the building, this is where Dan is waiting for Diane to finish work in Once Upon Time. If we then head directly through those doors that Diane exits out of, you enter into the museum's main foyer, where we are presented with another area that was used for filming. This was used in the Series 13 finale episode, The Vanquishers, where Dan is giving a tour to some visitors before interrupted by Diane. The pair have a brief conversation here before heading off in their separate directions, which made use of the spiral stairs as seen. Now back in the first episode, the opening shot of the museum descends from over the water and in through these windows, which is then edited together with an inside shot from one of the main exhibit areas, known as the People's Republic Gallery, located on the second floor. This is where Dan, once again, is giving a tour to some visitors with views looking out across the waterfront. The museum also includes an exhibit on TV and film production within the city, and shows some examples of the Doctor Who filming, along with some images of actors who originated from Liverpool, including the beloved Elizabeth Sladen. Location 3. Gower Street. This now brings us down to the main docks area, where the exact same spot that was used for filming appears in both Once Upon Time, where Dan arrives back in present-day Liverpool before a vision of the Doctor appears, and then again at the end of The Vanquishers, when Dan decides to join the Tardis for more adventures. This is what the docks looks like at night, which matches to the same conditions as when filming took place. Location 4. Liverpool 1. Liverpool 1 is the main shopping, residential and leisure complex within the city centre. This is the location that was used for when the Sontarans were seen marching around the shopping complex in The Vanquishers. Location 5, St George's Hall. This neoclassical concert hall and law courts appears briefly in The Survivors of the Flux, where Yaz, Dan and Jericho meet with a man called Alfie, who explains about Williamson before leading them to his tunnels. Location 6, Liverpool Lime Street. Even though this location appears as an aerial shot, Liverpool Lime Street and the surrounding areas appear in the Vanquishers, again showing that the Sontarans have taken over the city. Location 7, St Luke's bombed out church. Moving slightly back out of the city is the location of St Luke's bombed out church, an Anglican parish church left without a roof during World War II. This location was used for the church ruins as seen in Once Upon a Time, where Dan asks Diane about her date before seeing the swarm of blue particles flying amongst the church tower. Location 8, Liverpool's Metropolitan Cathedral. With the scenes playing out as directly continuous from the previous location, the Metropolitan Cathedral provides the area that was used for the filming of Dan and Diane on the steps, followed by the appearance of a passenger form and then later the Doctor. Here is also a short clip showing you what the inside of the cathedral looks like. Don't you think it has a very futuristic or spacey feel to it? A little extra location to include here at the end is the Anfield Stadium, which is home to Liverpool Football Club. Even though, with the street used for the filming of Dan's house being located in Cardiff, the stadium itself was edited into the background as seen in the Halloween Apocalypse, War of the Sontarans and the Power of the Doctor. And that is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with the latest release. Also, if you've visited this location before, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Anyways, that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, goodbye!